Greetings to my fellow African brothers and sisters. You will know that I've shared some information about the leader of the EFF, Julius Malema, before. That he is one person, is one leader of a political party who seemed to be so concerned about the lives of the black people and the unity of Africa. And this week, I was following him, as I always do. He was talking to the Indian community in Lenasia, and then he directly addresses, their needs and appeals to them to even, work with black people. And then he went as far as asking him to adopt young black people and train them in running businesses. He was saying, you train your children to run business and they become successful business people. And he was appealing to them to say, adopt, one family, one black child, and train him to become a successful business person, so that he stop this generational curse around poverty. And then he says, don't say you have been helping these people by giving them food parcels. This time, adopt one child to train this person to become a successful business person, like you always do, because he was saying to them that they are successful business people. And we know, all of us, that Indians run successful businesses. So again, yesterday, he went to Eldorado Park, which is predominantly a colored community. And I saw one gentleman during the time when they were asked to ask questions or give their inputs. He was saying the majority of the colored community used to not like Julius Malema because of his previous utterances. And then was saying this time, or maybe throughout the last year and this year, he was following Julius Malema, listening to his speeches, his interviews, and then was saying he was so impressed by the growth of this political party leader. And he was commending him to say, no, if you continue doing this, you'll become a great leader. And then he was saying he's going to vote for EFF. And then he was encouraging all the other community leaders to say, no, they are going to work towards the attainment of freedom through the EFF. He was also encouraging other community members to take part and start participating. He was even saying the coming of Karl Niehaus. You will know Karl Niehaus was a spokesperson of the ANC war veterans, but he was expelled from the ANC, and then he went on to form his political party called Areta, but later he decided to join the EFF, and now he's going around, especially in white areas and also Indian areas and also colored areas, to recruit these people, and he seemed to be succeeding, because yesterday some people were saying, no, the arrival of Karl Niehaus explained how the EFF is going to, assist them in their current challenges. And then most of them, they are receiving Karl Niehaus. The reception is very good. They are beginning to join the EFF in large numbers, and they're saying they're going to be canvassing for EFF to come there and also vote for the EFF. So I'm saying Julius Malema and the EFF have shown that they are for everyone, white, black, Indians, colored. Unlike the way the media, the mainstream media, they are characterizing Julius Malema as a divisive leader who is for blacks only. And he has also addressed this issue that no, he's not fighting for blacks only. What he's doing is trying to push black people to be on the same level as the other, especially white people.
Everyone present here with you today. I've made some notes which I'm going to run through as as fast as possible because there's quite a bit here. My name is Farouk Van Dorsen, and I.
But then hold for the old.
And I come from the old apartheid system where I saw my father, my mother, myself being beat up with chop box. So we know what this thing is all about. We grew up with this thing. 10 families using one toilet. We grew up with all these things. And Commander, I want to tell you that generally, our colored people had no respect for you, etc., because of certain utterances you made. However, I have been studying you, your speeches, your appearances for the past year. You have actually mellowed like fine brandy with age and experience. Your speech I've heard here today is one of the best I've heard in my times. Thank you. Commander-in-Chief, quite a number of us in our surrounding colored areas have formed an EFF group which you have subsequently joined through the help of Mr. Kalniaus. He has been very, very instrumental in getting us together. Your rhetoric to the colored and Indian community and the black community is mouth-watering, to say the least. And we appreciate that coming from you, Commander. To think where you come from and where you are at today. You are matured. It's no geleidetjie.
Yeah.
But you've matured. And also I want to rectify you on one mistake you made there. It's not the Indians or the least police we see, it's the Chinese. Yeah. Now, we are starting our campaign this week. We're doing the ground week. We're starting this weekend in 21 colored areas to make a way our colored and Indian people of who this great party is all about.
Wow.
You are a great party, and you guys have emerged at a time when we need you most. I want to tell you something about Zuma. He was our best past president after the apartheid years. I'll tell you why. Look what he brought to the table. He may have been stealing a lot. Yes, we all know that. But our colored people had work. Our Indian people had work in all the spheres of government. If you look, I'll give you a typical example. What the coloreds brought to the table. The 1996 African Cup was won with 6 colored players in the team.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
And 2 were sitting on the bench. That's 8 all told. We were the best in trades, builders, cabinet makers, you name it. The coloreds were the best. We may have had more opportunities, yes, more opportunities than our black brothers. That is a fact, that is a given. But we were the tradesmen, the teachers. We had a multitude of, we had so many teachers that half our teachers left for Australia. Why? We needed them here. I have lots of friends in Australia who are teachers who are retired today. And that is a given, that is a fact. Okay? Now I want to, our people's problems,
Yes.
our people's problems are all very similar. Wherever you're going to go, our problems are identical or similar. I want to point out a few things. What does
Guys,
government-
can we remain ordered so that all of us are going to get the opportunity to speak? Let's give him it.
What has happened to our fisheries during ANC government? 180,000 fishermen along the Cape Coast gone to pieces, families, and that includes Africans and blacks. They destroyed the industry for our people and given it to the big fishermen from overseas. Big Chinese ships, big Portuguese ships, all on our coast taking our fish. Now this is a very sore point, Commander, very sore point. And I want to tell you that I am almost, you could say, Capetonian. My first wife was Capetonian, and I was in and out of Cape Town 3 or 4 times a year. Okay? Now, the selling of Cape Town is on the cards. And I truly believe that the ANC is in cahoots with the Democratic Party to sell Cape Town. There's a rumor, which I believe is true, that Steenhuisen has been given 500 million rands. This is a very ripe rumor by the American government. What for? And where is that money? Why doesn't SARS know about that money? Where is that money hidden? SARS wants their portion. Where is that money? And then, Commander-in-Chief, this is very important. This is one of the most important things I have to bring to your attention here. The only legacy a poor person will have is a home. The only legacy is a home. When that person dies and he says, I've got a home for my children which I'm leaving for you, what a pleasure to die.
Thank you very much. Number 2.
Then,
you were not done, Baba, because we are 8. In conclusion, yes.
Let me help. Baba, we've heard. Let's give others a chance to also address Commander-in-Chief.
I just want to say one more thing.
In exactly 10 seconds.
Right. On drugs.
Yes.
I live in an area which Commander-in-Chief knows very well, Bosmont. Next to nuclear.
Yes.
Where all the murdering goes on. Late at night, we see police vans at all the drug houses.
Yeah.
The police, let me tell you something, they are the mafia.
Thank you. The police are indeed the mafia. I'm going to request that we become considerate and give as many people to reply to the president as possible. So let's go to number 2. Yes, Mama. And you are free to praat Afrikaans. Afrikaans praat if you feel so. We will hear.
Good day. My name is Avril Morris. I'm a mother, I'm a grandmother, and I'm a great-grandmother. My problem is our education system in Eldorado Park. Secondly, our drugs. You know, I've got 5 grandchildren, boys. I've got 13 grandchildren. I've got 5 boys. I heard the chief said there must be playgrounds, there must be this and that. I don't want my grandchildren to go out. I'm afraid to let my granddaughters go to a shop. Our education system is so poor. I'm staying in Extension 9. My grandson must go to a school in Klipspruit, which he hates. He comes home every day. You talk to the Mr. Kelly and Mr. I don't know who, you are nothing, because who are you to ask us about placements in our schools? Thirdly, I've got a house. My husband passed away 2 years ago. I must go and pay a pensioner 2,100. I've got grandchildren that's with me. I must pay a lawyer 20,000 or more to put the house on my name. It's my house now. Where am I going to get the money to get the house on my name? If something happens to me, my children must suffer. I've suffered enough. I'm born and bred in Kliptown. There's my granny's house still standing. I must still come and suffer. Where am I going to get the money? I thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Mama. Councillors of the EFF, let us take details for the cases that are being spoken about. I don't see that GPS happening. Yes, number 3.
Good afternoon. I'm actually not from here. I'm from Krugersdorp. But I heard that the CIC is coming on this side. We've got a problem in Mogale City, CIC. My family stayed in the plot since 1955. And in 2014, my mother also worked in the plot. In 2014, we saw the white people coming in the plot. They called us kaffers. They called my mother from Montage kaffer maid. And one of them said he's going to kill my mother. The other one said he's going to make my mother disappear. And the other one said he's going to do a forceful removal. On the 10th of October last year, our house was demolished illegally. Please come and intervene in Mogale City, because there's so much corruption there. We were taken out of the land illegally and we stayed there since 1955.
Thank you. Yes, number 4.
Revolutionary greetings, Commander-in-Chief.
Yes, sir.
And all the panel.
Shh.
So I'd like just to make a statement and a question. So the statement that I want to make, I want to share your sentiments in saying we cannot at this point in time refer to human beings through the color of their skin. We cannot call people black. We cannot call people colored. We cannot call people Indian. We are South Africans. We have to understand that, because this racial classification that was carried over from apartheid years and has still been accommodated by this regime, we are saying we cannot be racially classified. I, for one, and you said it, Commander-in-Chief, I want to correct you as well. There is no thing as a colored. I do not look like all coloring pencils and crayons. I am indigenous, I am Khoisan, I am Bushman. I am the owner of this country. So we need to start identifying and classifying each other in the correct terms. MMC of safety. I've met with the MMC of safety. We were at the Elders, yes, Elders movement. You've done a remarkable job. We applaud you for doing that. You came in here with your special force and you've made Elders quiet. Some of our community members complained in the rough handled, but you made a difference. I want to give you credit and I want to respect you for that. Commander-in-Chief, just a correction, please. 1, Commander-in-Chief, let us stop calling people coloreds. 2, let us stop calling these people drug lords. They are not lords. They are drug dealers. We cannot call them lords. They are drug dealers. Now my question, Commander-in-Chief, and it's very disappointing. I am myself an activist, and I'm a robust revolutionary activist in Eldorado Park. So, I cannot fathom, I cannot understand, Commander-in-Chief, why the Employment Equity Act has passed Parliament without any party objecting, because that is racial. It says only 5%.
of the so-called colored people can work in a factory. How is that possible? How did that bill pass Parliament? How did the Bella Bill pass Parliament? The Bella Bill that violates the parents' rights over here. How did all that legislation? Commander-in-Chief, if it's something, and I've looked at your manifesto, but I don't see the manifesto talking about scrapping racial classification. I don't see...
Revolutionary, you have to round up now.
I'm rounding up. Thank
Yeah,
you.
please. And then when you are done, there is a membership of the EFF here. We think maybe you can join us there in Parliament so that you can make these points in the correct platform. Because this thing of coming here and saying you are a revolutionary but you don't have membership. So please wrap up. There's a long line behind you.
Thank you.
Dangi.
I'm wrapping up. Commander-in-Chief, I want you to put it, to look at it this way. There is racist policies that the so-called colored people are suffering from. We call it affirmative action. We call it employment equity. We call it black economic empowerment. Can we stop that racial policies and treat each other equally in this country?
Dangi. Next. But Sean, this long line here is hands. Sean, we're not Balin. We're coming here. We're coming there. Let's take Uom here. He has been standing for too long. Baleni, Uom here. Sorry, we're coming, Bra Miles. Yes. So 2 minutes, 1 minute each, straight to the point, please.
Hello. Mender Du Plessis, stay with the village, extension 3, and the chairman there.
Thank you.
And there's a problem there with the village. There's no lights, the grass is not cut, and the house is broken. All of ja, ik maak die maintenance dan. Help je maintenance doen dan. Voor die oude mensen dan. En bij keer help ik hem met alles daar zo wat verkeerd. Maar ik heb niet te veel om te zeggen, niet maar. Maar dat kort teetjes al. Ja, niemand doet het niet. Het is net ik wat het doen dat zo. En ik help die oude mensen. Fans in de laatste strand te berekenen plekken dan. Dat wordt die fans gesprongen. Voor die meer. En op die Golden Highway, die 12 Golden Highway, springen alle oor daar. Ingebreid daar zo. En ik heb niet veel om te zeggen.
Dank u. Ons verstaan ons woord, ja. Dank u. Baleni, go back to Miles. Yes.
Good evening, Commander-in-Chief. Yes, the reason why I'm here, I have relocated from the countryside where I was born on the lakeside, 90 kilometers from here. I've been here for 34 long, drawn-out years. It is in the belly of the beast where only the strong survive. I just want to ask the Commander-in-Chief whether he would allow me to ask him 2 personal questions. 1, Commander-in-Chief, you know for a fact that I was loved by the supporters, the followers, the sympathizers and admirers of EFF. And you know for a fact that you gave instructions many years ago, 10, 12 years ago. I'm an older man now and I'm not bitter. I've grown wiser. That you gave me instruction to give you 3 names, including my name. But when the names were submitted, I was called by Dalimpofu and I was told that I was dropped. And I'm not bitter about it. Number 2, I have a clipping here coming from Gayton McKenzie, who was a member of the prisoners' organization whilst he was doing time. And he has made use of the opportunity to bamboozle particularly colored communities throughout the country. You know what he says some times ago? You, Kenny, and Julius Malema and himself are not fit enough to govern this country. That is what he say. I've got a clipping here. Maybe that's 10 years ago. But nevertheless, finally, what would be the EFF's taking to go into an alliance with Mkhonto Wesizwe party? Because I know the buck starts here and it stops there. Thank you.
Danke, Miles. This way. The line, this line, man said, this line is too long. I think we all understand that. So I'm going to break it at some point so that the president is able to reply. Yeah. All right. So for now, I want the president to come, respond to the few issues that have been raised, and then we'll appoint a new last round. So I plead, let us go sit all of us down. The president must come and reply, and then we will get a new round, which will be the last round. Because we must appoint from the stage. Yeah, we'll appoint another 6 hands. President Julius Malema.
Thank you very much for your comments. I think we must make it very clear that there are leaders of the EFF who are here. And if there are people with individual specific problems, perhaps they should approach the table and then submit those individual problems, and we see how we attend to them as individual problems. But otherwise, all our problems are the same, except that there will be this or that. So, Miles, who is Miles? Before you spoke, when you said, I hope you're not gagging me. He said, Miles is MK, and you go exactly there. What is the alliance? What will be the alliance between MK and the EFF? We absolutely have no problem with President Zuma doing what he's doing. He's got a political right to do that. And we're not far apart with MK when it comes to policies. We speak land, we speak empowerment of our people, we speak the restoration of the economy into the hands of the rightful owners. And that President Zuma, before he went to launch the party on the 16th of December, I would have met him around the 11th or 12th of December, where we spoke about these matters. And he explained to me what is his movement forward. So we agreed to meet after the elections and see how the two organizations can carry each other forward, because the unity of purpose is very important. I didn't know that the Limpopo removed you from the list, so we'll talk about it, I think. And I don't know why he gets removed from the list. I don't know, because he had access to me directly. 10 years ago, we were together even before the formation of the EFF. He has always supported us and always been there for us. I really don't want to get in the comments of Gayton Mackenzie, because I don't think he's a politician. He doesn't want to be a politician. He's in a transaction. So when they negotiate coalition in municipalities, they say we should make 200 million this year. So they are about money and making money and money schemes and all of that. So they are really not interested in politics. If we are to ask, what is the manifesto of the PA? Except that we saw the president jumping on the stage. So that is the manifesto. So we cannot talk to people who are not politicians. We had this issue of the lights, the grass, and the house breakings and service delivery from UOM. Those are specific issues in specific area. We shouldn't have a difficulty, even if we're not MMCs of parks and to tell the municipality there are this grass that are a security threat and the lights, and so we'll take up that issue. Equality Act, we fully agree with you. We must be called a human race and not be called as races. And we believe that ourselves were together as one, because only a unity of ourselves will tell this other race that we are not against them. We never labeled ourselves black. We were labeled black by them because they wanted to distinguish themselves from us. So they classified us the way they did, and after they did that, they realized it's not enough. They came classified us amongst ourselves. So what you are teaching, really, me and you are well together. And we then said, come there, let's fight that bill which classifies our people and create unnecessary percentages amongst ourselves. It can't be, I said that earlier. Fully agree, they are not lords, they are drug dealers. And they must be called by their rightful name. You know, the Mogale City demolition of the house, I know it, I've been following it, but I thought the EFF was intervening in that area because there were white people who went there, found a black community, demolished their houses, threatened them, males even threatening to beat up females on the video. And the subsequent, I don't know if Philip went, I think in Mogale City. Our deputy chairperson went there, but I accept the invitation to come and really interact directly with the situation so that we know what's happening. Mama, I know you raised the personal problem of paying transfer for elderly people, transfer costs, but it's not only for you. When you are speaking there, I'm like, she's correct. These people are called pensioners. When it comes to electricity and water, there is what we call indigent policy. When they go this way, they are pensioners, there is this. But when their husbands die, they cease to be pensioners. They must pay the same amount of money that I pay, which is incorrect. So, you see, we are opening each other up as we are interacting in these meetings. I live here much more clever, knowing that there should be characterization of pensioners and some dispensation should be given to pensioners, especially if it's a transfer of a pensioner to pensioner, because they cannot afford, 20,000, when are you going to save it? By the time you arrive there, you are no longer there, the house is a crisis. But please, MMC of Health and Public Safety, you need to take your contacts, and that's a specific case. We will follow it up. And myself and Guiseni, we now have a duty to go and workshop the idea of transfer costs for elderly people. I agree with you, Mama. You have all the reasons to be scared for your children to go outside. And when I say to you, we're going to build sports and that is under the EFF government. You are going to chase them yourself from the house and say, go to Malema Parks there, yes, build you parks. That's how much it will be safe under the EFF. Now I fully agree with you. We are in a deep crisis. The girl child cannot go and study with a friend at night. After washing dishes and all of that, there's a bit of time between 7 and 9. Can I go and catch up with my friend? If she goes, we're not sure if she will come back. So, and as a result, our children are not performing well in school. And they are called danda heads, they are this, they are that. They can't go to a library. They can't go study with their friends. They can't do group studies. At school, it's not safe. So we are going to fight crime and make sure that South Africa becomes safe, especially for a girl child. Because the girl child is a target of these criminals. The Special Task Force in Metropolis is exactly to combat the corruption of SAPS. Because, you know, Metropolis arrest people with all kinds of evidence. We have to now give them over by laws to SAPS. The following day, those people are taken back to the streets by SAPS, even when the Special Task Force has done a beautiful job. We went to liberate a lady yesterday. She's here. When the secretary was saying she's here, I told them they must not tell her to stand up. The perpetrators of that crime, if they get arrested by Metro Police with all evidence, the SAPS releases them. Because SAPS can't take it when the shine is taken by Metro Police. So that's why we must elect the EFF government nationally, so that SAPS is under correct police, and those police work with the Metro Police. The common enemy is criminals and not competition amongst us. Very good point, Angel, about the fishing industry in the Western Cape. They destroyed it, and they've given it to multinational companies, and even small-scale fishing, they don't allow it. They say you must apply for a license. When you apply for a license, it becomes a complicated process. As a result, you see big shipments coming out of your sea, yet you don't even own a percentage. It shouldn't be difficult to do fishing. We must give our people the equipment to do fishing and revive the fishing industry in the Western Cape and everywhere else. Then we're not chasing away the multinational companies. They must buy from our people. They cannot come and fish. We must fish and sell to them. Then in that way we create a big economy for our people. I accept and really I'm humbled by what you said about me and my speech and my time in politics, how I evolved over a period of time. I respectfully accept that, and it really melted my heart that an elderly person who has been watching my journey says today that you are a better person like you were yesterday, because we must never be the same we were yesterday. And when it comes to from an uncle, an old person, you know it is genuine, because it's not by my face. He doesn't want anything from me. He has played his role in life. His role now is to be the way he was. Be honest, share experiences with us, share ideas with us on how we can become a better future. Because we are the future, they are not the future. They can only advise us, and we decide what we want to do. I know that you were beaten up, you were violated in the same manner as the people of Palestine. What you see in Palestine is what has played in our eyes as children, where our mothers were beaten, where our fathers were forcefully removed, where our land just got occupied. You are told, this Sophia town is not for you. Go far away from the city, because white people must be on their own. So we are for human race. And that's why we're in solidarity with the people of Palestine. We don't support genocide, and we want peace in the world. So I accept that there are many issues, like the doctor said. Really, having listened to the few comments that were made, I think we have learned a lot. And our convener was giving me a list here of the things that are needed at the retirement home. So the retirement village. So they said, like he said, they will make sure that there is a clinic, satellite clinic, until we work on a permanent solution. And we will make sure that there is a joint operation with patrollers and with youth leaders, with church leaders, religious leaders, community leaders, to secure that village and make sure there is peace. Like I said to our MMC, we know that this place, it's a dangerous place because you guys said so. Now that you know what time the crime starts, we need to make sure that when they start, we start. We report to duty together at the same time. Now, at the Eldorado old age home village, they say there are geysers that needs to be fixed. So we'll do so in 8 homes of elderly people. There are geysers that are going to be fixed, and we'll make sure that, I was looking at the kind of amount of money you pay for rent and all of that. We should be able maybe to relieve you from that for the next 5 years and looked after it. So we must not just come to this meeting and leave. From here, MMCs tomorrow, let's go and just fix broken windows, the ceiling that is not working, make some new paintings, fix the lights, make sure the yard is clean, as a way of showing our people that we don't just talk, we mean exactly what we speak about through action. So I'm going to be leaving now, but the EFF is not leaving. Like they told you, Colony House is here, they are here. We're going to be working the ground to change the Eldorado Park. I'm a telephone call away. Whatever intervention and help they need, I will help them until we make example with the old age village, how the government of the EFF cares about the elderly. If we can care about the elderly, it means we can care about everyone. I've got 5 electronic wheelchairs for 5 disabled people who need wheelchairs. They are with the comrades here. Please, if there's someone who needs a wheelchair, please talk to our fighters. The leadership is here, and they will give those people 5. Oh, there's one already. Yes, so he has already got the electronic wheelchair, and will make sure that the 4 others receive. Thank you very much. We are going to Pretoria from here. Thank you.
Thank you, coordinator of the branch. Can you come and give us our word of thanks to everybody that have come here? You may come, my brother.
Amandla. Awethu. Amandla. I can't hear you. Amandla. Awe. I want to say thank you. Baie dankie vir CIC omdat hulle gekom het. Leadership, dankie. Mense van Elos, dankie om julle gewees het. Julle het self gehoor vandag, EFF is vir coloureds ook. En wil nie loop nie. Ons gaan julle probleme nog vat. En wag julle daar is kos en alles vir julle ook. So dankie om julle almal hier gewees het.
Thank you very much. Can we remain seated so that the president can walk out and greet our elders here, our people? Thank you very much.
But I'm beautiful, Madam Nande.